What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another episode of Reacts, and it is international break, so that can only mean one thing. The Korea watch-alongs are back. We'll be back for another double header against Thailand in the coming days, starting on Thursday. But before we get to that point, we're going to react to a few things that we have seen doing the rounds on X, starting off with the new kit launch with Nike Football. The new Korea shirt for the national team has been reimagined brilliant artistic traditions of its homeland to inspire a new generation of footballing brilliance, made with dry fit ADV to breathe with you in moments that matter most. And what do you reckon about these kits? Look, we all know we're not a fan of red, but what do you think? That I actually quite like that red kit. If you make it larger on the screen, nice little pattern shiny to it as well.
It looks very nice. I prefer the other kit, to be honest. I think the other kit is really cool. I really like that. I really like the darker with the kind of I don't know how to describe it, like trippy colors they have, like in the background, like blue, kind of pink, white. I like it. I like that. It's like you're in outer space. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a bit reminiscent to that Spurs kit that we had. It's not exactly the same, not the same design, but it reminds me of it a little bit. The kind of tie-dye, not the tie-dye one, but the splattered paint one. More like water ripples, it looks like. Water ripples in outer space. That's how. Just call it wavy. Shall we call it wavy? Wavy. I like it. I think that's a nice one. That's a really nice one. Yeah, I agree. I do think it's a nice one. I like both of them. And I don't usually like red kits, but I do like both of them. But yeah, I do agree with you. I like that one better. What is the red? Has it got a pattern? What's it got in the back? Like in the, I'm trying to work out. Is it just like a circular? Is there anything in the design? Was that arrows? There are arrows there? It seems to be multiple different shapes. There's arrows, there's waves, there's different kind of lines in there. Seems to be a lot going on there. Coherent shape. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. It reminds me there's a international kit back in the 90s. It reminds me of. I'm trying to remember which one it is. What kit is it? I remember that in the 94 World Cup, it's like coming to me. It was like some red kit. Maybe there were a lot of funky kits back then. Yeah, maybe it was Korea. I'm trying to think. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice kit. All right, let's keep going. Next up, this is Min-jae arriving back in Korea for the national team duty. Min-jae arrived earlier today in Incheon Airport, signed some autographs and headed straight to training. You'll always be our number one on defense, Min-jae. Yeah, I mean, Eric Dyer keeping up the team at Bayern at the moment, which is quite incredible. I'm no surprised that he's not very happy with that. I bet he can't believe it after winning Serie A last season and being really highly sought after. Now all of a sudden Tottenham's fifth choice defender is keeping out the team. Can't quite believe it, but I'm sure he'll be back at number one very soon. Come to Tottenham, Min-jae. We'll welcome you here. You'll get some game time. Agent Dyer pushing him out. Come on. Incredible. Incredible. All right, and let's move on. What have we got next? Today is to do Sonny FC, saying Ange, with some quotes on Sonny's captaincy, says, sometimes people are mistaken about Sonny because he's such a positive guy who, whenever you see him, is smiling and everyone has a real affection for him, but he wants to win. He doesn't like the standards slipping, and I've seen him do that around here. And do you think that we have seen a different side of Sonny since he's become captain? Slightly. I think he's definitely taken more responsibility. I don't think like he's become some sort of like hard-nosed leader who's always just constantly demanding of everyone, but I think he's taken the best parts of himself and amplified them and made himself more of a leader because of them. So I do think as well he's taken more responsibility in his play style in terms of being more of a team player rather than just, going for goals, things like that, which maybe he was before he was captain. So I think maybe a slightly different side, but I just think he's just become the person he's always been and he's just taken on more and more responsibility. That's all it is. I do think these quotes are from a few weeks ago. I don't think I knew. I remember I think they were just after the international break, if I remember rightly. But I think Ange obviously recognises what a leader Son is and how good he's been with the team this season. I think he's the perfect leader for this team.
I do kind of feel like maybe he's not that hard-nosed leader like the Roy Keane style kind of leader, but I do think he demands a lot from his teammates, and I think that is something that I've seen in a different light for Sonny. Instead of like being a high caliber player in this team, you do see him demanding more from other players on the pitch, in my opinion. Some more comments that Tadarius Tadu has highlighted here is Sonny by nature is a nice guy. He is very polite, very respectful, but that doesn't mean he can't be a real winner and a guy who has high standards. There is real discipline you need to last this long, especially in the Premier League, and that drive to have high standard transfers to leadership, and that's 100% spot on.
Yeah, completely. And I think that point he makes about Sonny being at the top of the league in terms of quality of forward for so long, you don't get there unless you have high standards and high demands of your teammates as well. So I think it speaks for itself.
And the last one is what's more important is that Sonny has been outstanding leader in deeds, actions and words, and we're going to need players to step up tomorrow irrespective of who's wearing the armband. I'm not sure which game he was alluding to, but again, more spot on words there from Ange Postecoglou.
I think as well, Sonny was away. I think that's when it was. But I think he's been a fantastic leader, and I think Ange had made a brilliant choice making him captain.
Next up, we're going to be looking at Heung-min Son modelling the new Korea shirt. We'll go to the first one. Look at that serious look on Sonny's face. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Looks good on him.
Does look good on him. I prefer him in white, to be fair, than red, but you know, the Korea colours always are going to suit Sonny. Next up is him looking very happy with his thumbs up. Another lovely picture there of Heung-min Son.
The dark one is always a bit more fire, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
Dark one's always great.
Look at that. He just looks so beautiful in those kind of colours.
Looks wavy.
Very wavy.
Loving it.
And last but not least, him doing his celebration to model the kit as well.
Fantastic.
Next up, this is Tadarius Tadu again saying, Son, which colour suits you the most? Son saying, yes, man suits every colour on the palette.
Yes.
And now that is a colour I can get behind for Korea.
I like that. Like, why don't they release a blue shirt? Come on. That'd be nice. Get a blue and white one going. I think that's probably in order, but look, the blue looks good on him as well.
Yeah, so obviously this is the Korean national team's new training top, and I really like it. I really like it. I think I should get one of these. Blue Korea top. It just makes perfect sense.
If anyone wants to send us a blue Korea top, we'll say no.
Yeah, it's a lovely colour, that. Next up, again, this is more of Heung-min Son modelling the kit. And there's, as well as the away shirt there's also a black shirt. I'm not sure what that is. Is that the third kit or something?
I think, is that not edited?
Is it edited as the same shirt?
It looks edited to me.
Oh, it's this is guy saying we need an all-black kit.
Yeah.
And you know what? That all-black kit is stunning.
I think they're missing a trick not getting one.
That is a really nice kit. And I think they need to make that. They have to make that.
Looks like a Navy SEAL or something. It looks awesome. Secret agent Sonny.
Absolutely. Next up, we've got the Kang-in Lee returning back to Korea. The star boy arrives home, surrounded by bodyguards and tight security. Kang-in arrived home in Incheon Airport about an hour ago. There seemed to be less fans than he received a cooler welcome than usual, but there was no hostility evident at the scene. He picked up his usual fan letters and cards before making his way to training. Welcome home, Kang-in. And if that's like a toned down version of what he usually gets, bloody hell, what does he usually get? Because there's so many fans there. But it's great to see that there's no hostility there after what happened at the Asia Cup. I mean, didn't expect so after, him and Sonny did meet up in London and everything was cleared up.
Yeah, they put it to bed. So look, if Sonny can forgive him, I'm sure the whole nation of Korea can forgive him. That's all we're saying. And look, it's something that happened. It wasn't a good thing, but I don't think I'm going to hold it against him for the rest of his career, and that's evidence of that.
Joel Kim, KNT Football, is showing us the videos of Sonny modelling the Korea kit here. It says, Son Heung-min and the boys modelling. I'll tell you what, seeing them more in person, I think the kits are starting to grow on me. And I really like these kits. I think they're of really good quality.
Why grow? I think I liked them as soon as I saw them. So
yeah.
I don't know why anyone... Was that the keeper kit? That's also
nice
quite nice
as well. That
also
keeper kit
nice.
reminds me of like a Mexican shirt.
Yeah, I quite like them. So I think... I don't think they've got anything to complain about when it comes to these Korean kids. I think they're really, really nice.
This next one is Sonny arriving back in Korea. Joel Kim says he's back. A few hours ago, Son Heung-min arrived back at Incheon Airport and headed straight to national team training. Welcome back, Sonny. And obviously he's there as respectful as ever is our Heung-min Son.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it.
Another hero's welcome.
Yeah, what a lovely welcome. Imagine coming home to your home country and getting that welcome every time. Must be.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the welcome we're going to get at the airport when we arrive in Korea.
Get to the airport, people. I want all the paps there.
Joel Kim as well, with some quotes from Heung-min Son in an interview that he's just done. Son Heung-min held a brief interview after the Brazil shoot in London. When asked about his plans after football, Son affirmed his desire not to do any work related to football, and he has planned in the past. I don't think my heart will ever change. It's a promise I made with myself and a decision that's always been made. I love and enjoy football, but I don't have the ability to teach others. And I love that moment of kicking a ball myself. In another recent interview, Sonny also shared his priorities after retirement. I want to focus only on football without wavering until my abilities allow me to. And if I get married, my priority will be my family, wife, and children, and then football will come next. While I can still play football at a top level, the football will remain number one. I've never felt that football is unrequited love. I've always cried because of football and laughed because of football. We love each other. I find myself watching football videos without realizing it while doing other things at home. I find myself intently watching kids playing football in the streets through the car window without even knowing it. Even when talking with family, it eventually ends up football talk. I feel with every private moment of mine is connected to football. And then when asked about his current dream, Sonny replied, the football player Son Heung-min is really greedy. It may not show outside, but I want to win every game, win championships and lift trophies. I want to become a football player who can give back as much love as I have received. Above all, I want to be a happy football player just like now. Really interesting when he's talking about once he finishes retiring as a player, that's it. That's him and football done.
Yeah, look, maybe he's saying that now, but we'll see, how he feels when it actually comes to it. Because we've seen players before say things and then they take it back and they can't quite walk away. So I think Son would be a brilliant coach one day if he ever decided to become one. But it looks like he feels like that's not for him. And to be fair, being a coach is very intense, and some very good players aren't up to it, and they can't really handle the demands of being a coach because it's a 24/7 job. You got to be so intense, and it demands hunger, and it demands that time. And once you've given your whole career to the sport, I can understand if maybe from a manager perspective anyway, if you don't want to put that pressure on yourself again. But I wouldn't be surprised if even if he's not a manager or whatever, if he goes into punditry or he goes into something, because his love for the game I don't think will disappear. So, but you got to remember, as he said, and as it's been well documented, his dad didn't want him to start a family or have a wife or anything like that before he ended his football career. So maybe it's going to be time to concentrate on those kind of things after his career's finished. So that's going to be a good time to start a new chapter in his life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be great to see Son build that family after with his kids and his wife and everything like that. And I do think that maybe once he gets married, once he has a couple of kids, you might see Son creep back into football after that.
I hope so.
And, the sport is definitely missing something without him. We'll miss something without him once he's gone, that's for sure. But that is your reacts for today. We'll be back for a watch long on Thursday where it is Thailand against Korea. We'll see you all there. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, Go on you Spurs.